As someone who's spent years studying how the body heals and grows stronger, I can tell you this: muscle recovery is often the hidden key to unlocking your full fitness potential. Most people focus solely on workouts, but without the right recovery habits, progress stalls, injuries creep in, and gains slip away. In today's video, I'm going to reveal the top 7 habits that are scientifically proven to supercharge muscle recovery, boost your strength, and keep you performing at your best, day after day. Trust me, these aren't just tips, they're game changers. Stay with me till the end to discover how to take your recovery and your results to the next level. Habit number 7. Optimizing vitamin D levels. Optimizing vitamin D levels plays a crucial role in supporting muscle recovery and maintaining overall musculoskeletal health, benefiting diverse groups from athletes to the elderly. Known as the sunshine vitamin, vitamin D is a fat-soluble prohormone primarily synthesized in the skin upon exposure to ultraviolet B radiation from sunlight, with additional intake coming from diet and supplements. Traditionally recognized for its role in calcium absorption and bone health, recent research has emphasized vitamin D's importance in muscle physiology. Adequate vitamin D supports muscle protein synthesis, reduces inflammation within muscles, enhances neuromuscular function, and aids recovery after injury or intense exercise. In contrast, vitamin D deficiency or insufficiency has been linked to muscle weakness, poor balance, higher fall risk, and delayed recovery, particularly affecting older adults and those with limited sun exposure. The primary natural source of vitamin D is synthesis in the skin via sunlight exposure, specifically UVB rays. Research suggests that about 10 to 30 minutes of midday sun on bare skin several times a week can produce adequate vitamin D for many people. However, this depends on factors like skin pigmentation, geographic location, season, age, and sunscreen use. For example, individuals with darker skin need longer sun exposure due to higher melanin levels that block UVB rays. Similarly, in winter or at higher latitudes, UVB radiation is often too weak for sufficient vitamin D production, increasing the risk of deficiency. These limitations make dietary intake and supplementation necessary, especially for vulnerable groups such as older adults, people who spend little time outdoors, those with absorption problems, or residents of areas with limited sunlight. Dietary sources rich in vitamin D include oily fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. Fortified dairy and plant-based milk alternatives, egg yolks, and UV-exposed mushrooms. However, obtaining enough vitamin D solely through diet can be difficult, as these foods are not always consumed in sufficient amounts. Supplementation should be individualized and guided by healthcare providers to prevent excessive intake, which could cause toxicity and complications like hypercalcemia. Numerous scientific studies support vitamin D's beneficial effects on muscle recovery. Randomized controlled trials have shown that supplementing with vitamin D improves muscle strength and shortens recovery times after injury or exercise. For instance, a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reported that older adults receiving vitamin D supplements experienced significant improvements in lower body strength and balance, which correlated with a reduced risk of falls. Research involving athletes also found that correcting vitamin D deficiency enhanced muscle power output and lowered markers of muscle damage after exercise. Moreover, vitamin D's ability to reduce chronic low-grade inflammation is crucial because persistent inflammation can impair muscle repair and contribute to sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and function. To apply these findings practically, individuals should aim for moderate, safe sun exposure tailored to their skin type and local environment, preferably during midday when UVB rays are strongest. When sufficient sun exposure is not possible or contraindicated, regular consumption of vitamin D-rich foods should be prioritized. Supplementation decisions should be based on serum 25, OH/D testing and professional advice. It is important to view vitamin D optimization as part of a comprehensive muscle recovery plan that includes consistent resistance training, adequate protein intake, proper hydration, and enough rest. Resistance exercises stimulate muscle protein synthesis and remodeling. Protein provides the amino acids necessary for repair, hydration supports nutrient transport and waste removal, and sleep enhances recovery and hormonal balance. In summary, optimizing vitamin D levels through evidence-based daily habits is essential for effective muscle recovery and sustained musculoskeletal health. Combining sensible sun exposure, balanced nutrition, appropriate supplementation, and healthy lifestyle practices forms a well-rounded strategy to maintain optimal vitamin D status. This holistic approach not only improves muscle strength and accelerates recovery but also lowers the risks associated with muscle weakness and frailty, especially in vulnerable populations. Prioritizing vitamin D optimization enables individuals to enhance physical performance, reduce injury risk, and improve overall health and quality of life. Habit number 6. Taking necessary vitamins and minerals and staying hydrated. Optimizing muscle recovery is a multifaceted process that relies heavily on proper nutrition and hydration, specifically the intake of necessary vitamins and minerals combined with maintaining adequate fluid balance. These daily habits are critical to supporting the body's natural repair mechanisms following exercise or muscle strain, ultimately enhancing muscle strength, reducing fatigue, and preventing injury. Vitamins and minerals act as essential cofactors and modulators in biochemical pathways involved in muscle protein synthesis, energy metabolism, immune response, and reduction of oxidative stress, all of which influence how efficiently muscles recover and adapt. For instance, vitamin C plays a vital role as an antioxidant and in the synthesis of collagen, a structural protein essential for the integrity of muscle tissue and connective structures such as tendons and ligaments. Its antioxidant properties also protect muscle cells from free radical damage induced by intense exercise. Vitamin D, beyond its classic function in calcium absorption and bone health, directly impacts muscle cell growth and function by interacting with vitamin D receptors expressed in muscle fibers, promoting muscle protein synthesis and improving neuromuscular coordination. B-complex vitamins, including B6, B12, and folate, are integral to energy production and red blood cell formation, thereby enhancing oxygen delivery to fatigued muscles and supporting mitochondrial function critical for endurance and recovery. Minerals such as magnesium regulate muscle contraction and relaxation cycles by modulating calcium ion movement within muscle cells, and deficiency in magnesium can lead to increased muscle cramps and impaired recovery. Calcium itself is fundamental for excitation-contraction coupling in muscle fibers, directly influencing the ability of muscles to contract effectively. Potassium is necessary for maintaining cellular electrolyte balance and nerve function, which are essential for proper muscle activation and preventing fatigue. Zinc supports protein synthesis and immune function, which are crucial during the repair process when muscle fibers undergo microtrauma from physical activity. Scientific evidence underscores the importance of these nutrients. Studies have linked magnesium and calcium deficiencies with increased muscle soreness and prolonged recovery, while vitamin D supplementation in deficient individuals has been shown to improve muscle strength and reduce fall risk in elderly populations. Furthermore, hydration is equally indispensable. Water comprises approximately 75% of muscle tissue and is fundamental for maintaining blood volume, regulating body temperature through sweating, and facilitating the transport of nutrients and removal of metabolic waste products at the cellular level. Even mild dehydration can compromise muscle endurance, delay recovery, increase the likelihood of cramps, and impair thermoregulation during physical activity. Research in sports medicine reveals that a mere 2% decrease in body water content can significantly reduce muscle strength and cognitive function, highlighting the critical role of hydration in muscle performance and recovery. Effective hydration strategies involve consuming adequate fluids throughout the day, tailored to individual factors such as body size, climate, and exercise intensity. Electrolyte replacement during prolonged or high-intensity workouts is also important to prevent imbalances that can hinder muscle function. Practical daily habits to support these nutritional and hydration needs include consuming a varied and balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, nuts, and seeds, ensuring ample intake of the key vitamins and minerals discussed. Supplementation may be necessary for individuals with documented deficiencies, dietary restrictions, or increased physiological demands, always under professional guidance to avoid toxicity or imbalances. Incorporating hydrating foods like watermelon, cucumbers, and oranges alongside regular water intake can enhance hydration status. Additionally, minimizing intake of diuretics such as excessive caffeine and alcohol helps maintain optimal fluid balance. These nutritional and hydration practices should be integrated within a comprehensive lifestyle approach that includes progressive resistance training, adequate protein consumption, and sufficient rest, creating an environment conducive to muscle repair and growth. Healthcare professionals play a pivotal role in educating individuals about the significance of micronutrient balance and hydration for muscle health, assessing risk factors such as age, chronic illnesses, or lifestyle habits, and customizing nutrition and hydration plans accordingly. Ultimately, daily adherence to taking necessary vitamins and minerals while staying well hydrated represents a foundational strategy for optimizing muscle recovery. This holistic approach not only accelerates healing and reduces injury risk, but also enhances physical performance and supports long-term musculoskeletal health and overall well-being. By embedding these habits into daily routines, individuals can achieve sustained strength, improved functional capacity, and a higher quality of life throughout the aging process and various physical challenges. Habit number 5. Preserving your neuromuscular connections. Preserving neuromuscular connections is a crucial yet often neglected aspect of muscle recovery and overall physical health. These connections, formed at the neuromuscular junctions, NMJs, between motor neurons and skeletal muscle fibers, are essential for converting electrical signals from the nervous system into muscle contractions. This process enables voluntary movement, fine motor skills, and muscle strength, all vital for daily life and physical performance. Maintaining the structural and functional integrity of NMJs is particularly important in the face of aging, injury, or intense physical activity. When NMJs deteriorate, muscle responsiveness and strength decline, leading to weakness, muscle wasting, atrophy, impaired coordination, and longer recovery times after exert. To preserve neuromuscular connections, a holistic lifestyle approach is necessary. Consistent engagement in varied exercise types, resistance training, aerobic conditioning, balance, and coordination drills stimulates both muscle fibers and the nervous system. Nutritional strategies should focus on adequate intake of high-quality protein for muscle repair, alongside vitamins and minerals that support nerve health and antioxidant defenses, including B-complex vitamins vital for nerve function and energy metabolism. Staying well hydrated throughout the day helps optimize cellular function and waste removal. It is also important to avoid extended periods of inactivity, which can hasten NMJ decline. Incorporating movement breaks during sedentary tasks is an effective preventive strategy. Good sleep hygiene is another cornerstone, as many regenerative processes in nerve and muscle tissues occur during deep, restorative sleep phases, promoting neuroplasticity and tissue repair. Emerging evidence also suggests that chronic psychological stress and exposure to neurotoxins, such as heavy metals or excessive alcohol consumption, negatively impact NMJ health. Stress management techniques and minimizing exposure to harmful substances can therefore contribute to long-term neuromuscular preservation. Clinically, assessing neuromuscular function using tools like electromyography, EMG, provides valuable insights into NMJ health and muscle response. This enables healthcare professionals to design personalized exercise, nutrition, and lifestyle plans tailored to individual neuromuscular needs and risks. In summary, preserving neuromuscular connections through daily habits that emphasize regular physical activity, balanced nutrition, adequate hydration, inflammation control, stress reduction, and sufficient sleep is essential for effective muscle recovery, sustained strength, and functional independence throughout life. This comprehensive approach not only slows neuromuscular decline due to aging or injury but also enhances resilience, reduces fall risk and frailty, and significantly improves quality of life. With education, personalized care, and lifestyle changes, individuals can leverage the plasticity of neuromuscular junctions to maintain strong muscle function and mobility well into old age. Habit number 4. Managing inflammation to prevent muscle damage. Inflammation is a natural biological response to injury, infection, or stress that plays a critical role in the body's healing process. However, when inflammation becomes chronic or excessive, it can lead to tissue damage, including damage to muscle fibers, thereby impairing muscle recovery and performance. Understanding how to effectively manage inflammation through daily habits is essential for optimizing muscle recovery, preventing long-term muscle damage, and maintaining overall musculoskeletal health. In the context of muscle recovery, inflammation acts as a double-edged sword. While acute inflammation following exercise signals the body to repair damaged muscle fibers and adapt to physical stress, prolonged or uncontrolled inflammation can exacerbate muscle breakdown, delay healing, and contribute to muscle soreness and fatigue. One of the foundational approaches to managing inflammation for muscle health involves adopting lifestyle habits that balance pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory processes. Regular moderate exercise is paramount. It helps regulate the immune response, enhances antioxidant defense systems, and promotes efficient muscle repair. Importantly, exercise intensity and recovery must be carefully modulated because excessive or unaccustomed high-intensity workouts can provoke disproportionate inflammatory responses that may hinder recovery rather than aid it. Nutrition also plays a vital role in modulating inflammation. Diets rich in anti-inflammatory nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, vitamin C and E, polyphenol from fruits and vegetables, and dietary fiber help to reduce oxidative stress and lower systemic inflammation. Conversely, excessive intake of processed foods, trans fats, and refined sugars can increase inflammatory markers and exacerbate muscle damage. Sleep quality and quantity profoundly influence inflammation regulation. Sleep deprivation or poor sleep disrupts the balance of pro- and anti-inflammatory mediators, impairs immune function, and slows muscle recovery. Avoiding smoking and limiting alcohol consumption further reduces systemic inflammation and supports muscle health. Practical daily habits to implement include engaging in regular, appropriately dosed physical activity, consuming a nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory diet rich in whole foods, maintaining optimal hydration, prioritizing quality sleep, managing stress effectively, and minimizing exposure to environmental toxins and unhealthy lifestyle behaviors. By integrating these habits consistently, individuals can create an internal environment conducive to balanced inflammation, efficient muscle repair, and sustained muscular function. In conclusion, managing inflammation is a cornerstone of muscle recovery and prevention of muscle damage. While inflammation is necessary for healing, excessive or chronic inflammation undermines muscle health and performance. Through deliberate daily habits that modulate the inflammatory response, anchored in exercise, nutrition, hydration, sleep, and stress management, people can optimize their muscle recovery, enhance physical resilience, and improve long-term health outcomes. This comprehensive approach not only benefits athletes and fitness enthusiasts but also holds significant implications for aging populations and individuals recovering from injury, helping to preserve muscle mass, strength, and functional independence over time. Habit number 3: getting adequate rest and sleep. Rest and sleep are indispensable pillars for effective muscle recovery and overall physical health, yet their critical importance is often underestimated in fitness and rehabilitation regimens. The process of muscle recovery involves a complex interplay of physiological events such as protein synthesis, tissue repair, hormonal regulation, and immune system modulation, most of which occur predominantly during periods of rest and sleep. Numerous scientific studies have elucidated the detrimental effects of sleep deprivation or poor quality sleep on muscle recovery and performance. Disruptions to circadian rhythms, such as those caused by shift work, irregular sleep schedules, or exposure to artificial light at night, can impair muscle repair mechanisms and metabolic health. Addressing these factors through consistent sleep hygiene practices is therefore paramount for optimizing recovery. Practical strategies to enhance sleep quality and duration begin with establishing a regular sleep schedule that aligns with one's circadian rhythm, aiming for 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep per night as recommended by sleep health authorities. Creating an environment conducive to sleep involves maintaining a cool, dark, and quiet bedroom, limiting exposure to screens and blue light before bedtime, and avoiding stimulants such as caffeine and nicotine in the late afternoon and evening. Pre-sleep routines that promote relaxation, such as mindfulness meditation, gentle stretching, or reading, can facilitate faster sleep onset and improve sleep depth. Nutritional habits also impact sleep and muscle recovery. Consuming adequate protein supports muscle. Hydration is important, but excessive fluid intake close to bedtime should be avoided to prevent sleep interruptions. In addition to nighttime sleep, incorporating daytime rest periods or short naps can mitigate sleep debt and support muscle recovery, especially after intense training or physical exertion. However, naps should be timed and limited in duration to avoid disrupting nighttime sleep. Beyond individual habits, understanding the bidirectional relationship between exercise and sleep is critical. Regular physical activity generally improves sleep quality by reducing sleep onset latency and increasing slow-wave sleep, though exercising too close to bedtime can sometimes interfere with sleep onset in sensitive individuals. Tailoring training schedules to allow sufficient recovery time and avoiding late-night vigorous workouts can optimize this interaction. Integrating adequate rest and sleep into daily routines is not merely a passive activity but an active component of a comprehensive muscle recovery strategy. It synergizes with other recovery modalities such as nutrition, hydration, inflammation management, and physical therapy to optimize repair, reduce injury risk, and enhance long-term muscular function and resilience. Ultimately, prioritizing sleep as an essential biological process empowers individuals to maximize the benefits of their training efforts, sustain physical performance, and promote holistic well-being throughout their lifespan. Habit number 2, eating enough protein and nutrients. Adequate protein and nutrient intake is fundamental for efficient muscle recovery, growth, and maintenance, representing a cornerstone of daily habits that athletes, fitness enthusiasts, and individuals recovering from injury or age-related muscle loss must prioritize. Muscle recovery is a highly complex biological process involving the repair and synthesis of muscle proteins, restoration of glycogen stores, reduction of inflammation, and replenishment of cellular energy, all of which depend heavily on the availability of essential nutrients. Protein, composed of amino acids, serves as the primary building block for muscle tissue. The recommended daily protein intake for the average sedentary adult ranges from 0.8 to 1.0 grams per kilogram of body weight. However, for individuals engaged in regular resistance or endurance training, higher intakes, between 1.2 to 2.0 grams per kilogram, are generally advised to support increased muscle protein turnover and repair demands. Beyond protein, various macro and micronutrients play synergistic roles in muscle recovery. Carbohydrates are essential for replenishing muscle glycogen stores depleted during exercise, providing the primary energy substrate needed for both anaerobic and aerobic activities. Failure to restore glycogen impairs muscle function and prolongs recovery times. Healthy fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids found in fish oils, have been shown to possess anti-inflammatory properties that can attenuate exercise-induced muscle damage and promote faster healing. Micronutrients such as vitamins D, C, and E, zinc, magnesium, and B-complex vitamins contribute significantly to muscle repair through their roles in antioxidant defense, collagen synthesis, mitochondrial function, and energy metabolism. Supplementation can be beneficial, particularly when dietary intake falls short or specific recovery-enhancing nutrients are required in higher doses. Practical advice includes planning meals and snacks to ensure adequate nutrient availability, focusing on nutrient density, and avoiding restrictive diets that limit essential macronutrients. Monitoring recovery markers such as muscle soreness, fatigue, performance, and body composition can guide dietary adjustments. Consulting with healthcare or nutrition professionals can optimize personalized nutrition strategies. In conclusion, eating enough protein and a broad spectrum of nutrients forms the foundation of effective muscle recovery. The interplay between amino acid availability, energy provision, antioxidant protection, and hydration underpins the body's ability to repair, rebuild, and strengthen muscle tissue following stress or injury. Integrating these principles into daily habits fosters resilience, reduces injury risk, and promotes long-term musculoskeletal health, enabling individuals to meet their fitness and functional goals with greater efficiency and sustainability. Habit number 1. Regular resistance training exercises. Regular resistance training is widely regarded as one of the most effective daily habits to support muscle recovery, increase muscular strength, and enhance overall physical function. Muscle recovery is a complex biological process that goes beyond simply alleviating pain or fatigue after exercise. It involves muscle protein synthesis, repair of microdamage in muscle fibers, neural adaptations, and replenishment of energy stores. Resistance training, comprising activities like weightlifting, bodyweight exercises, and resistance band workouts, applies controlled mechanical stress to muscles. This stress causes microscopic muscle fiber damage, which serves as a necessary stimulus for initiating repair and muscle growth. During the recovery phase, these fibers are rebuilt stronger and thicker, resulting in hypertrophy and improved muscular endurance. Scientific evidence consistently shows that resistance training enhances muscle size, strength, neuromuscular efficiency, metabolic health, and bone density, all contributing to improved recovery and performance. Resistance training also strengthens connective tissues such as tendons and ligaments, improving their resilience and reducing injury risk, thus aiding faster recovery. Beyond muscular adaptations, resistance training positively affects the nervous system by enhancing motor unit recruitment, firing rates, and synchronization. These neural adaptations improve muscle coordination and strength while helping to reduce fatigue and speed recovery by optimizing muscle activation patterns. Research also indicates that resistance training modulates the inflammatory response post-exercise. Acute inflammation is necessary for initiating muscle repair. However, excessive or chronic inflammation can impair recovery and promote tissue damage. Appropriately dosed resistance training promotes a balanced immune response, which facilitates recovery while reducing the risk of overtraining syndrome. The principle of progressive overload, gradually increasing exercise resistance or intensity, is vital for ongoing improvements and efficient recovery. Without progressive overload, muscles adapt to the workload, resulting in strength plateaus and slower recovery. Continually challenging muscles to adapt enhances their capacity to repair and grow stronger over time. Frequency and volume of resistance training sessions significantly influence recovery. Adequate rest intervals, typically 48 to 72 hours between training the same muscle groups, are essential to prevent overtraining and injury. Employing periodization, which involves systematic variation of training intensity, volume, and exercise types, helps optimize performance and recovery by balancing workload and rest periods. Practical daily habits to maximize the benefits of resistance training include designing well-rounded programs that emphasize multi-joint compound movements such as squats, deadlifts, and presses. These exercises engage multiple muscle groups and trigger stronger hormonal responses, benefiting recovery and muscle growth. Proper technique and gradual progression reduce injury risk and ensure effective recovery. Incorporating active recovery on rest days, through light aerobic exercise or mobility work, can improve circulation and facilitate the removal of metabolic waste from muscles, accelerating recovery. Monitoring recovery indicators, including muscle soreness, fatigue, performance measures, and heart rate variability, can guide adjustments to training intensity and recovery periods. Prioritizing quality sleep, managing stress, and limiting excessive alcohol consumption further support hormonal balance and tissue repair, complementing resistance training efforts. It is important to tailor resistance training programs to individual factors such as age, fitness level, health status, and personal goals. Older adults or those with chronic health conditions may require lower intensity or modified exercises to promote safety and recovery without undue strain. Working with fitness professionals or physical therapists can help develop personalized and effective training plans. In conclusion, regular resistance training is a vital daily habit that challenges both the muscular and nervous systems, initiating and supporting the multifaceted processes involved in muscle recovery. Through mechanical stress-induced muscle damage, molecular signaling pathways for protein synthesis, neural adaptations, and hormonal regulation, resistance training promotes muscle repair, growth, and improved function. When combined with proper nutrition, hydration, rest, and recovery strategies, resistance training enhances recovery efficiency, reduces injury risk, and supports long-term musculoskeletal health and physical performance. Remember, muscle recovery isn't a passive process, it's an active, essential part of your fitness journey. The top 7 habits we covered today are your secret weapons to faster healing, stronger muscles, and long-term performance. Start incorporating them into your routine and watch your results skyrocket. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips that will take your fitness to the next level.